Got into case studies. I was working on a launch with Ramit's AT, and we were like, okay, we're kind of using the same success stories over and over, but we've got all these incredible stories that we should probably be telling. And so that was my job. I was assigned to like revamp the case studies, and I went back and I would do the interviews. And after doing the interviews, I would get so excited, and I'd be like, okay, we've got all this amazing information, and they were just super fun to do. We got really good results, and other clients, well, I would bring them up and they would immediately be like, oh yeah, I need to be doing that too. And so that became my main focus. There's really two big trends that are happening that are making like case studies go from a nice to have to a must have. The first being just the sheer amount of competition. There's like 1,000 new businesses starting every day just in America. And on top of that, there's also this new trend of people are taking a lot more time to do research and check out reviews and make sure that the product is right for them. I think 60% of customers do the research on a product before they decide to buy. They look for reviews. So people want something that's specific to them. They want to check out what other people are saying on it before buying, and that's exactly what a case study does. And a lot of my clients, this is their best form of proof, because as this competition rises, those other people can spend a lot of money on ads. They can come up with clever ideas and all that stuff. But my clients actually care about getting results. And that's the big thing that they have over the competition, is they got the sea of people that have amazing results. So it really becomes like, well, let's just show that off. Then you can just have a much more relaxed conversation going like, look, this already helped 9 people just like you. The most compelling way to convince somebody is to show somebody an example of someone just like them and how they went from A to B. There's a lot of ways to use case studies. I'd say some of the best are during launches. They're great to overcome objection and close sales. You can also weave them into your launches, whether you're doing PLC videos. You can target them at specific, buckets. If you're doing like an ask sort of launch, you can use them. I've got a client that used them to close high ticket sales. Like he'd get on the phone afterwards. They're like, oh, I'm not sure. Then he'd send them a case study right afterwards being like, here's someone with your exact struggle and here's what we did together. And then they would buy. You can also put them all together, put them as a book, put it in a lead magnet. You can use them for cold traffic on Facebook. Facebook's getting super tight about what they allow. They just want happy stories. And that's exactly what case studies are. So you can use them to lower your lead costs and get quality customers coming through the door. So there's really 3 ways to get people to consume the case studies. One is using the hero's journey case study method. That's actually making it an engaging story where people can see themselves in the case study. The second is having what I call multiple entry points. Some people prefer to read, some people want to watch video. So combining both those elements can help suck people in. And the third is using what I call mind reading quotes. I'll put these sort of throughout the case study as I put them. And it's a lot of like the objections going on in people's heads, the fears they have, their desires. When you do the case study interview, you kind of get a lot of those lines. So I'll put them in throughout the page and highlight them, really draw attention to them. So when people are skimming, they'll be like, oh, that's exactly the problem I'm having. And it sucks them in. I'd say the 2 biggest mistakes people make with case studies are first, sort of burying the story. They'll do like an interview and all the good stuff's at the back of the interview, but you don't really want to bring that stuff out front and center to capture attention and get people to see like, oh yeah, this is for me. And the second big mistake people make is it's just all fluff. It's a lot of like, oh, my life was so hard and then I bought this thing and everything was great. And it's like, no, it just feels markety. It feels fluffy. You really want to share their experience. They bought your thing and like, what did they learn? What kind of insights did they have that the customer can have? So then they're feeling smart. What can they actually like get and apply immediately? So they're going, oh, this is useful. That triggers the whole reciprocity thing. Cialdini talked about in influence. So then they want to give you stuff. And it just makes it a rich story as opposed to like, oh, just fluffy marketing. The best way to find the right people to put in your case studies is you really want to think about your ideal customer. And then you want to find someone who matches their demographic information, their gender, where they live, age, that kind of stuff, their psychographic information, what they want, what they're afraid of. And then you also want to show somebody who had a lot of struggles and how that person got achievable results. So you might have this amazing, incredible success story, but if it's too big, people won't really believe that they can do it too. So if you show something that's more achievable, then it's easier for people to go, oh yeah, I can totally do that. So the fastest way to get great case studies is step one, you want to email your list and let them know you're looking for success stories. A lot of your best customers are going to be happy to brag. They want to share their success. And you have a series of questions that will tell the story for you. So that can be great for getting testimonials, doing customer research. But once you look at that story, then that will help you identify, oh, this person had a really cool transformation. This person fits my audience really well. They would be perfect to go talk to. And then you get the deeper story and you can turn that into the full hero's journey case study. One of the benefits of doing the case studies, once you do a couple of them, is then you can create a customer language guide. This is really helpful if you want to write copy fast. It's helpful to get your copywriters up to speed so they understand your audience. And it's super powerful because you're getting the exact words your customer used to describe their pain, their fear, their skepticism. So you're really able to talk about what they're experiencing in the moment so they can read it and be like, holy crap, this person like totally gets me. This is exactly what I want, what I'm afraid of, whatever. And so it's easy for you to just kind of go in and reflect that back. If you hire copywriters, it can bring them up to speed really fast. You can just go to this and like copy and paste the desires or fears or whatever into it, whatever you're addressing, and you can really connect on a deeper level.